Alrighty, so happy Tuesday, everybody. And before I get started into the Eagles Saints recap, obviously, you guys follow the football world already know what happened last night on Monday Night Football between the Cincinnati Bengals and Buffalo Bills. So we know that in the first quarter, second-year Bills defensive player Damar Hamlin made a tackle on T. Higgins. And we know after he got up, he collapsed on the field, and now we know he had a heart attack on the field. It was a big enough deal, and it was a serious enough situation as to where the players and coaches decided they weren't going to go through with the rest of the game. They just decided, forget about it. We're just going to postpone the game for another time. So, but, I mean, football, man, we know football is a dangerous sport. We know that injuries can happen, but you don't see stuff like that every football game. You don't. I mean, we've seen our injuries. We've seen our share of serious injuries, but something along those lines right there, of someone having a heart attack on the field, going into cardiac arrest, and concerns that they might be dead. And speaking of that, yesterday, I even got one of my buddies sent me a text message saying, hey, somebody died on the football field. I'm like, what? I looked at it and I see what happened. I'm like, then I saw the scene. All the players gathered around kneeling down, and because it was such a serious scene, some people automatically thought he was dead. That's how serious this was. So it was like one of those, are you serious? I mean, at first I even thought he was dead until it was confirmed that he was in critical condition, meaning that he was at least still alive but I even thought at first he was dead too. I was ready to come on here and talk about it that way, but I mean, obviously he's still in serious condition. We're hoping that he's going to make a recovery and at least still be able to live. I mean, we still don't know if he's going to survive or not, which we all hope he does right there. And we could obviously, Damar Hamlin's in our thoughts and prayers. We're hoping he's okay. As far as them suspending the game goes, I get it. Now, obviously, football, injuries are accepted. Normally, most times when injury happens, you continue the game. Sure, there might be a minute or two when players down that all the players gather around, like an Alex Smith situation. But you don't expect something like that to happen. Someone goes into cardiac arrest on the football field. I mean, and it made sense to stop the game because the players clearly had no desire to go out there and play after that. Clearly, after they saw what just happened right there. And clearly plenty of players, both players for the Buffalo Bills, of course, and even the Cincinnati Bengals, they didn't really want to go out there and play after that. They were, you could clearly tell. And for the fans, obviously a lot of them left. And they were gathered outside the hospital at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center. So they didn't even want to see the game continue at that point. So I don't see what would have been the real point at that point. It would not have felt right at all to continue that game. So it was the right thing to do in this case to stop the game. It's one of those rare instances something like that happens, but it does happen. So obviously I'll keep up to see what's going on with the news and what the reports are in Damar Hamlin's condition. As of right now, he's still listed in critical condition at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center, and see what happens from there. And I did drop a short on my channel roasting Skip Bayless for his tweet and saluting Shannon Sharp for not showing up. So we'll keep an eye on that and get more to that.